What if I told you there's a natural way to feel less hungry, eat less food after fasting, and stop craving sweets without taking expensive medications? Sounds too good to be true, right? But stay with me. There's a plant that might actually help with all of that. It's called hops. Yes, the same stuff used to make beer. But don't worry, you don't need to drink a six-pack. Scientists have found a way to use a special part of hops, its bitter acids, to help control appetite. Let me explain how it works in simple terms. When you eat something bitter, your gut goes, "Whoa, what is this?" and starts releasing certain hormones. These hormones send signals to your brain that say, "Hey, I'm full," or "Nah, I'm not really in the mood to eat that cupcake anymore." Some of these hormones have complicated names, GLP-1, CCK, PYY, but you don't need to remember all that. Just know this: they're like your body's natural appetite police. They calm down your hunger and slow your digestion so you feel satisfied longer. At the same time, the bitter hops also help lower ghrelin, which is basically your hunger hormone. It's the one that makes your stomach growl like a grumpy dog when it's empty. And here's the cool part. This kind of effect is very similar to how expensive weight loss drugs work, like Ozempic or Mounjaro. But instead of a prescription and a big bill, we're talking about a plant capsule. Scientists got curious and ran a small study to test it out. They took a group of healthy young adults, no one with obesity, just regular folks, and had them fast for 24 hours. That means no food all day. Then they split them into three groups. One got a placebo, basically a sugar pill. Another got 250 milligrams of hops extract, and the last group got 500 milligrams. They gave them one capsule at hour 16 of the fast and another one at hour 20. At hour 24, they said, "Okay, now you can eat whatever you want." And guess what? The people who took the higher dose of hops extract ate 14% less food during that first meal. Not only that, they also had fewer cravings for junk, like sweets, chips, or that weird thing you always want when you're hangry. The people on the lower dose ate about 8% less. And the placebo group, they ate the most and wanted all the snacks. The study had a clever twist. After each round, they rotated the groups. So people who took the placebo first got hops next, and vice versa. That way, everyone got to try each version. In the end, the results were pretty consistent. The higher the dose of bitter hops, the less people ate, and most of them said they just didn't feel as hungry. Now, there are a few things to keep in mind. First, the study only had about 30 people, so it's small. Second, they were all healthy and young. We don't know yet how this would work for people with obesity, diabetes, or eating disorders. Our bodies are complicated, and sometimes hormones don't behave the same way when things are out of balance. Also, this was just a short-term test, one day. We don't know what happens if you take this every day for a month or more. Will it keep working? Will your body get used to it? That's still unknown. But here's the good news. It seems safe. The only side effect reported was mild diarrhea in a couple of people. No serious problems. The hops extract used in the study was from a New Zealand-grown plant called amerisate. It's sold in capsule form under the name Color Curb. Each capsule contains 125 milligrams, and the company recommends taking two, so 250 milligrams before meals, 2 or 3 times a day. If you're doing intermittent fasting, you could try taking it 3 or 4 hours before your eating window starts. Just remember, this is not medical advice. It's information. If you're curious, do your own research and talk to your doctor. But imagine this. You're doing your usual fast, and instead of dreaming about devouring the fridge at the end, you feel calmer, more in control. You eat what you need and stop without feeling stuffed. That's the potential here. It's not a magic pill, but it could be a helpful tool, especially if you're trying to stick with fasting, lose weight, or simply eat more mindfully. In a world full of pricey treatments, it's kind of amazing that something as humble as bitter hops might help us get back in tune with our own hunger signals. And that's something worth raising a glass to. Just maybe not a beer this time.